Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California. He led the resolution to expel Santos from Congress. He's also the president of the freshman class in the House. Congressman Garcia, good to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Talk me through it. What are the chances that Speaker Kevin McCarthy is going to actually bring a resolution like this to the floor?
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, listen, if Speaker McCarthy chooses not to bring the resolution, we're going to do everything we can to force the resolution onto the floor. I mean, George Santos is a fraud. He's a liar. He's lied about everything. 9/11, the Holocaust, the LGBTQ massacre, but the Pulse shooting, his career, his education, and obviously he's under investigation for multiple financial investigations, financial fraud. And so if we're not going to expel George Santos, who do you expel? This is someone that we don't even know who he is. And so Kevin McCarthy should be ashamed of supporting him, of giving him access to classified information, which he now has. And so we're serious about expelling him, and we're starting to get interest from Republicans as well.
That brings me to my next question, because I want you to sort of go with me here through this thought exercise. You have at least 8 House Republicans who've already called on Santos to resign. Per Axios, 3 Republican congressmen from New York support his expulsion. If, and I understand this is a big if it were brought to a vote, do you think you'd have enough votes for it to pass?
Well, I think we're going to try to build that case. I mean, I think first and foremost, we're taking this one step at a time. First is going to the House Ethics Committee, which is the next step. Then it'll be heard there. We're going to wait to see if they move this onto the floor. If they choose to not move it onto the floor, then we're going to try to force a vote. And we think that there are enough Republicans to get that done onto the floor. And then it's going to be up to House Republicans to see if they're willing to either stand with a serial liar and fraudster, or actually try to bring somebody in that actually can represent the constituents. His constituents have already been very clear. They want him out. Every Republican that I talk to wants him out as well, besides maybe Kevin McCarthy for his own speakership. And so we're going to do everything we can to force a vote and to put Republicans on the record to see if they actually support this person who we don't even know what his real name actually is.
Here's the thing, Congressman, to your point about his being a serial liar, he is allegedly still lying. In a Newsmax interview, he said that Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema offered him words of encouragement, told him to, quote, hang in there, buddy, ahead of the State of the Union. But then you have Sinema's spokesperson telling NBC News that Santos's comment was a lie. Just like, help us understand, what other repercussions are there for a member of Congress who lies about things as small as that and as big as who they are?
Yeah, I mean, I think first there's a couple of things. One is the House Ethics Committee is seriously investigating all of his possible crimes. And so it's pretty clear that he has committed financial crimes, campaign finance violations. That has been clear. And so that will come out. I think he's going to be held accountable for his crimes. And the Congress can hold him accountable by expelling him now. In addition, of course, there is absolutely no way that Santos is going to get reelected if he actually holds on to that period of time. We've asked for his resignation. Now we're trying to expel him. But there are multiple ways where he is going to have to own up to his lies. And quite frankly, the law is going to come down on him. He has done some horrific things. He is clearly, we don't know where all of the money that he got for his campaign came from. He's telling us multiple different stories about his business background. We don't know which names that he has used in the past are actually his. And so this is not just a small embellishment or maybe getting a couple of dates wrong. This is serious fraud.
Indeed, and there's reporting from the Washington Post today on freshman Republican Congresswoman Ana Paulina Luna of Florida, suggesting she may have also embellished details about her life story. Now, she went on Fox News earlier tonight. She denied the allegations from the Post. She claims she has documents that support her claims. Let's just back up. This is a member of Congress who said that she believes Donald Trump won the 2020 election. She is a person who was endorsed by Donald Trump, someone who set the standard for dishonesty. I want to ask you sort of a bigger picture question here, Congressman, which is, what happens to our politics? What happens to our legislative bodies? What happens to our democracy if there's just no consequence for lying?
Well, I think that's really a shame. I think that's, first of all, I think we have a lot to owe this, what the situation that we're in, to Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump is the liar in chief. He is the con man in chief. And he has allowed all of this to be okay with a large part of the American public and with his base. And so I think these lies now are beginning to expand amongst the caucus and amongst different members of Congress. Congress has to be a place, our society must be a place where truth, facts, and science prevail. And Donald Trump has done his best to destroy all of those. And now you're seeing folks like George Santos and others lie and then continue on. I mean, if these kinds of lies existed pre-Donald Trump, they would be out of Congress. They would be resigning. And so I think it's really a shame for the institution. And quite frankly, there are many Republicans on the other side of the aisle that I'll agree. They're disgusted and ashamed, like Mitt Romney and others, of what George Santos is doing. And I'm hopeful they'll continue to call them out. We cannot have this level of serial lying within the House.
Especially because this is happening in a broader conversation in this country about accountability. California Congressman Robert Garcia, thank you so much for your time tonight. We'll be right back.